fellers and fellerettes out there in YouTube land. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Figured it was a good day to go to a salvage yard and get some parts for the old Ford F250. Fortunately, we got a Ford here. I think this is a 79, but it's got the 351 modified. And it looks like we've got some good vacuum parts. We got a good vacuum can yet, and some other parts that I may take off of this one. So again, looks like we've got, and I'll bring you guys in. So close up here, this is kind of what I'm looking at. So it looks like I'm going to be able to salvage this vacuum can. That looks pretty good. You can get some on Amazon, but they're Amazon or even through Ford, but they're like 20 to 60 bucks. Looks like they've got a new cap on here, but don't necessarily need it. But yeah, this is a, oh yeah, that master cylinders, that's worse than the one that's on my current truck. But yeah, we got a 351 modified. So this baby has seen some better days. Unfortunately, there is nothing to salvage back here. Looks like, oh, we got some hubcaps. Doesn't even look like I got a, oh heck. I can take that taillight out of there too. So we got a few parts here that we can pull. Hopefully it'll be here a little while and I can try to get a few more things. Looks like we've got some interesting mice nests in here as well. Well, it looks like they got a few Napa parts over there. Looks like they did the old cap trick. That usually doesn't help. Chances are good it's probably got a bad spark box. It looks like the box that's on there right now is a Motorcraft, so who knows. I doubt if it's original, but it could be. Well, we got some glass. But yeah, let me take a few parts off of this thing and see what I can salvage. Before we get into it too far, looks like we got an old Buick over here, old Buick convertible. It's probably I think these had the, what have we got here? Oh, 340. But yeah, not too much left of this baby. Yeah, she's pretty raw. What do we got here? 43,000? 143,000? Yeah, it's a, I bet it was a pretty old Skylark in its day. I got a nice hood prop there. Yeah, radiator's gone. Firewall looks to be in pretty good shape. Got a front grill. Yep, I'm afraid there's not much there. Be interested to take a look at the frame, but I know my kids want me to go and have some Father's Day lunch with everybody, so I think we're just going to get our parts and take off. It's a nice old Lincoln. Looks to be probably a town car, probably early 80s. But I should probably come out here again and just do a video on the salvage yard. Seems like there's always something fun to take a look at. But anyway, I'm gonna get these parts off and bring you back in when I have them removed. All right, fellers. Now let's take a look at the haul here. All righty. Get in the shot so I don't have the sun shining at you guys. All right. Well, we got a pretty decent cluster of vacuum lines, which is good because I need those for my 78. Some of them are mice chewed and rotted, so at least the fella knows where to start now with these, and that vacuum can is in good shape. I don't think I've ever seen it at a salvage yard in that good a condition. Let's see, we got the right directional signal cover, so we can, I think the one that's on there is gone, so at least we got one that we can use, so got lucky. Also, big find was the hinge for the hood. As you guys know, that one's broken. I was going to weld it, but this is a heck of a lot easier to find one that's in good shape. Windshield washer fluid bottle, it's a nice to have. Not necessary, but while I'm here, I'll grab it. It's got the pump on there. I got the wiring harness for it. Pump's probably dead, but who knows. But anyway, that's in good shape. So we got 4 things, 4 items. Now we'll see what the bad news is. Head up to the front desk. I don't really see anything else that I can salvage off of this baby. Most of these, like the air intake, I've got that. Everything else is pretty much, if it's plastic, it's probably junk. It may work, the one that I already have on there for like the vac for the ignition. I'd rather just put a new one on. The parts for this thing's, they're not that expensive, so I'd rather just put on new, not have to worry about it. Front directional signals, not much left, so I don't think they're worth grabbing. This is a 3/4 ton, but I've got a feeling that I would rather just put new brake components on and try to harvest what's on here. Would have been nice to have a decent bumper, but unfortunately that's just not the case. So we got a few parts. That's a good thing. Busy day out here at the salvage yard. My goodness, we got I pulled in and there were quite a few cars parked, so guys are looking for deals and getting their old rigs fixed. So that old Skylark, boy, I tell you, it's too bad that went to this level, but oh well. Got an old Delta 88 over here. It's nice, but not as elegant as that Skylark. Boy, I tell you, that's a pretty car. I like the size too. But yeah, I'm afraid I'm sure it's been sitting out without a top for a long time, not much left to it, so that's all right. Well, we got a minute here in the sun behind the cloud. It'd be good just to kind of walk around a little here. But I think it's time to get our parts and mosey on out of here. So, have to keep this in mind. If I need anything else, this at least could be a potential donor. I was talking to a fellow that was here, and I see they put a new cap and rotor on there, but as you can see, if you look down there real close, that old spark box is oozing. So she got hot and not sparkulating anymore. So I got a feeling that that's probably what it needed. But this got an automatic transmission in, so that's the automatic tranny's probably shot on this baby. But we got lucky. We got a few parts. Okay, fellers. Back at the home shop again. Got the workbench all cleared of small pending projects. That's a good thing. But let's take a look and see what we got here. So had pretty good luck today. I wish I could have found a bumper as well as at least some components for a box tailgate or just something, but there was just nothing left on that thing, as you can see. I'd have to say, out of everything, this was probably the best find of all. A functioning hood hinge. This little strap, let me get a little closer. This little strap right here actually broke on the other one. Looks like it had been welded before. It's pretty thin. Not 100% sure I could have welded it, but boy, I tell you, this is a heck of a lot easier now. And now the hood's going to shut properly and open properly. So this was a really nice find. They're pretty, I don't want to say they're impossible to get, but if you get it at a U-Picket salvage yard, it's going to be a much better deal. Out of the 4 items, the second one is not an absolute necessity, but it is nice to have a washer bottle. This one's got a pump in it. I'm sure it probably doesn't work, but hard to say. I grabbed the wiring harness. I felt a little guilty cutting it, but I got a feeling that this thing is, I doubt if anybody's going to use that wiring harness. But the Ford, it's kind of a neat design where the top pops off, kind of like a Tupperware, and everything is in really good shape. So I kept the mounting screws because I can't remember if they were still in the old one or not, but this is a good find. Got lucky. It had one good tail light. It's a little rough on the back, as you can see, but this will work. This is still better than nothing. That's what's in there right now, and at least the lens part's all intact. The back where it clips into, we can make that work somehow. So that's good. This absolutely astounded me. A functioning vacuum can. I'm going to, later today or tomorrow, I'm going to put a vacuum on it just to see if it holds. But this is unbelievable. This thing actually, it's even in pretty good shape, which surprises me. Some of these hoses on mine, they got some mice chewed on them. So at least I got something to go by on this. So not a bad haul today, guys. It's always good, fun Father's Day treat to go out to a salvage yard. I know some guys probably don't like it, but boy, I sure enjoy it. Talking to fellers out there, getting their stories, and kids. There was another kid checking out that Buick Skylark. That's pretty cool. He was pretty excited about it and had big plans to haul it out of there and fix it. Fortunately, Dad was there, kind of keeping him in check, making sure that, well, son, let's take a look at the frame. And sure enough, they went underneath there, and it was pretty rough. It's a shame. It's a pretty old Skylark. Not many of those old rigs out there anymore. So when they're rusted out like that and neglected, it's pretty tough to see. But at least we were able to get some parts. I'm just gonna buy a nice new aftermarket bumper. That one that's on there right now is all bent up. Eventually, I'll put a flatbed on it. There's a Bondo on that box that it's gonna hold together at least. But this is a good start for parts. Also went to Napa. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I should have grabbed that other shoe. There was a, sorry to change subjects here on you, but there was a coil shoe on there, and it had the clip yet for the condenser. But I forgot to grab it. I should have grabbed it. Oh well, I'll go back again and nab it. But I got the kit for the accelerator pump, and also the ignition, electronics part of the ignition behind the tumbler. That was not. You had to. I don't know if you remember the last video, but I had to wiggle the key a little bit to get the temp gauge to work. So there's an accessories line that goes out that I think it just corroded and shot. So we got this again. Everything was on the shelf. fairly inexpensive considering inflation, so I was pretty happy to get all this stuff. But at this point, I'm going to sign off, fellas. Happy Father's Day to everybody. God bless you, Dad, up there in heaven, looking down on us. I'm sure he was with me today at the salvage yard. I wore his favorite 1970's in honor of the 70s, late 70s pickup trucks we're working on shirt. So it's an old Wrangler Snap that this was probably, there's so many pictures of my father with this shirt on, so I wore it in honor of him today. Again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, grandfathers. I'm looking forward to seeing my kids and grandson. So signing off. Enjoy today, fellas. Don't work too hard. Enjoy those bush lights. I know I am. I've already got some chilling in my fridge. So thanks again, guys, and have a good Sunday. God bless.